Hey VAT, welcome back. We are going to start to prepare ourselves to make logos. So we're using a different program today called Adobe Illustrator. So here's Adobe Illustrator when I open it up. And to start, we're going to go to File, New. You can start by naming this. I would name this My First Vectors. And this is going to be a letter-sized document. And the orientation here is fine, and that it's in inches. All of this is fine. So 8.5 by 11 inches in size. And let's just hit OK, and we get a brand new blank document. To start with, what we're going to do is we're going to use some of the basic shape making tools, such as the rectangle tool. So the rectangle tool allows you to click and drag to make a rectangle. And by default, Illustrator makes objects that are white with a black outline or a black stroke, right? To change the color of your object, you can come down here to the bottom of the toolbar, and you have a couple of different little swatches. The first one is the fill. So the one that is filled with white, if you double click on that box, you should be able to then select any color from the spectrum and any hue of that specific color.
Ask me questions.
So you can tell it that you want it to be this color, or whatever color you prefer. Hitting OK will then tell it to be that color. You can also change the outline of the shape. Here it is in black to start with, but you can double click on that and pick out a different color for the outline of the shape. The stroke of the shape, the outline can be changed up here in the top in the control panel. You have the ability to change the size or the weight of the stroke, so you can make that bigger or smaller depending on your needs. You also have the ability to make that uniform stroke non-uniform by selecting one of these different profiles. So you can see how that shape is changing. Zooming in, I'm going to hit Control plus to zoom in. Control minus will zoom you out, but this will just help me see this rectangle a little bit better. So the hope is that you guys can use the rectangle tool to make multiple rectangles as a basic shape. Holding down Shift will allow you to make a perfect square, and then that perfect square again can be changed to whatever color you want for a fill color and whatever color you want for a stroke. Once in a while, you don't want your shape to have a stroke at all. So in order to get rid of that stroke color altogether, there's a button that is called the None button, or No Fill, or No Stroke. So down here, just below your swatches, you can change it to the red slash mark, and that will get rid of your stroke altogether. On this last rectangle that I make, so we'll make 3 in total, one with no stroke, one with a stroke, and then this last one that I make, this last one I will rotate this one. So to use your selection tool to click on the rectangle and then rotate it as such, and holding down Shift will allow you to rotate in 45-degree increments. Otherwise it's a free-for-all, and you can just rotate that shape as much as you want. Using this, what is called the selection tool, can also allow you to click and move things by dragging it and select different objects and move them, rotate them, and you can even shrink things. So unlike Photoshop, where you have to use the Control T or the free transform function, you can do that with the move tool without having to click any extra buttons. So I'm going to have 3 rectangles that are different. Different fills, different strokes. Is a TV show from the 80s, and I'm going to make these 3 different things. Just like that, and move on with my life. So the first step is to make these 3 rectangles and to study how to control the fill color and the stroke color, how to use the selection tool to select and move, shrink, and rotate objects. And the next video we'll talk in a little bit more detail about different shapes that can be made with a simple shape building tool. Thanks for watching. See you in school.